Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today we are talking about merchant to dasher pickup verification. So between Doordash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, there has been a lot of pushback from merchants and restaurants and all of these different companies that we pick up from, specifically in regards to theft, providing us the wrong order or an incomplete order. And you know what? It's really frustrating for us as drivers because we can't violate our contract and mark an order as picked up before actually picking it up. And it seems like Doordash has actually made a move to start to actually fix that. Now, this isn't in every market, and it's certainly not for every restaurant, but it seems like this is starting to be rolled out as they go. So with that said, I want to hear what Doordash is doing, how it actually is going to be for gig workers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Maintaining accurate orders ensures customers receive the items they ordered as they requested them, helping to keep ratings high and customers happy. How many times have restaurants tried to hand you the wrong order, or they didn't provide the entirety of the order, and because of that, you ended up getting a bad rating for that? Like, that's not even our fault, but we got the heat for that. That was ridiculous. We trust that Dashers pick up the correct DoorDash orders based on customer names and order details, but sometimes names may not be unique, and there may be some confusion during the pickup handoff process. As a guy that's literally named Joe, let me tell you, there were so many Joes that I knew growing up. And not to mention, how often would you see Joe come up and then multiple heads turn at a restaurant? Or how many times would Jason C pop up and there's multiple Jason C's? I might be speaking to my own market right now, but it has happened a lot. To help reduce the likelihood of wrong order pickups, we have added a unique QR code on the order receipt, and Dashers will be prompted to scan it with their camera to confirm pickup. If scanning the code fails, you will have to try again, or dismiss the screen and switch to an alternative verification method, manually enter the order number, go back to reselect. Well, first off, a subscriber ended up sending me a picture of they received it on their end because in their market right now. BC, thank you so much for sending me this screenshot and making this portion of the video possible. So basically, instead of just saying you received the order and you're ready to start the delivery, you just scan the QR code or you manually enter the number, but you got to pick one of them. Now, that being said, if you manually enter the order number, there's a chance that you'll end up receiving the wrong order anyway. And there's also the other side to that where it's similar to driver's licenses and identification processes. If the scan doesn't work, you have to enter the number. But usually QR codes are good about that. To reduce wait and confusion when you arrive at the store, we've reminded merchants to print the DoorDash order ticket for every order and attach it to the customer's bag so you can easily identify the customer name and QR code / order number. This is going to be really big, especially for restaurants that have been trying to manipulate drivers into claiming the order's been accepted before handing off the order. The amount of times I've seen that happen is ridiculous. So the fact that they're starting to add the QR code thing is kind of a good thing in my opinion. Some people will view it as micromanaging, and it is, but it's more micromanaging of the merchant than it is the driver. Unfortunately, the drivers have to be on the receiving end of this, but I'd rather be on the receiving end of an app update than a restaurant worker that pretends that they're my authority when they're not. McDonald's stores will require manually entering an order number instead of scanning a QR code. See flow below. Of course, McDonald's is the one that's always going to start the problems, aren't they? Can't you just stick with the plan and make it easier for everybody? No, of course not. That would make way too much sense. Tap on scan QR code receipt on your Dasher app screen once you arrive to the store and located the customer's bag. Simple enough. Tap OK to allow your Dasher app to access your camera, which makes sense, but you probably already have that, specifically because you have leave at the door orders. You would probably already have those permissions. How to scan QR codes. Find the QR code on the receipt, then center it on the camera. The app will automatically scan the code and let you know if you have the correct order. So I had to scour the internet for this because apparently DoorDash didn't want to actually give a example of a receipt printed. Basically, it's on the bottom of the receipt. The redder here ended up blocking out the QR code, which makes sense. And it says literally on the bottom, scan the in-Dasher app to pick up order. Scan the QR code on the receipt. Your app will confirm that you have picked up the right order. So basically, when you see a little check marky thing, it'll be confirmed that you received it. If you scan the incorrect order, you will be prompted to try again. It's not like you scanned it and then you took the wrong Gen P with the same QR code. No, you have to find the proper QR code in order to move on. Then there is the alternative verification method, which is to manually enter the order number. If you're unable to allow the app access to your camera, you can alternatively choose to manually enter the order number. Find this on the screen, asking for the camera access below, allow camera access, or go back to the main screen, select the verification method, manually enter the order number. So it's not like if your camera is not working, you're SOL, there is a manual method. Note, if you are picking up at McDonald's, they will only have the option to input the order number. So the screen will read confirm pickup instead. So if you're picking up at McDonald's, it's basically same as different day. Once you have located the order number on the DoorDash receipt attached to the bag, enter in the last 3 characters, can be numbers and or letters. So basically, if it's a 6-digit number, you type in the last 3. Similar to how for credit cards, you would actually take the last 4 digits. Or social security number, same thing. If you entered the incorrect order number, you will be prompted to try again. Order number should also appear on your screen below the customer's name. We recommend confirming the name and order details with the merchant if the receipt is not present. So when in doubt, ask the merchant. Hopefully they won't be a pain in the ass about it. Frequently asked questions. When will I be prompted to scan the QR code? Dashers will need to scan the QR code when they arrive at the store and locate the customer's order in order to confirm the pickup. So it's not like you could say, oh, I picked it up and then I gotta scan it. No, in order for you to move on, you need to scan it first and then you could be able to leave. Which is a big step forward because I know that gig workers have a huge problem with some merchants trying to manipulate them into saying they picked up an order before they actually received the order in their hand. And that's specifically because merchants have a problem with handing off an order before it's confirmed, which I know they do that for the purposes of preventing theft, but at the same time, you can't ask us to break contract like that. Chick-fil-A has a huge problem with that, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're one of the first to implement this. So the first 3 questions basically repeat all the information that was already said, but the last one's a new question. What should be done if the Dasher app is not working and I am unable to confirm the pickup? If you're experiencing technical issues with the app, please contact Dasher support to have support manually confirm the pickup of the order. Please do not cancel the order. So when in doubt, contact Dasher support. They should be able to help you if they are being supportive that day. Obviously, we all know Dasher support is the most useless people on the planet. The only other side note that I actually want to go over is the concept that this is not going to reduce theft alone. This is going to reduce the theft of food orders if the merchant properly applies this particular thing properly. With Chick-fil-A, for example, one of their major issues right now is being concerned about orders confirmed that they're picked up before we actually pick them up. It doesn't make sense. So what they're doing is they're trying to manipulate drivers into claiming the order's picked up without it actually being possible. Now that's not possible because now we need to scan the QR code in order for us to move on. But if the merchant ends up saying, hey, we just need you to scan the QR code first, at that point, the order's in your hand. Like, you can't withhold it from us if we need to scan the order. So this is actually going to be great to properly implement confirmation for orders, but at the same time, reduce certain amounts of theft and with proper pickups on each app. So let's say you have 2 Jason C's. It's not like you can take Jason C1 if you have Jason C2. But let me ask you, did I miss anything? Is QR code scanning in your market yet? And what are you thinking about this so far? Does this come across as micromanagement to you? Or is this a step in the right direction for gig workers and merchant relations? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that everybody's opinion on this subject is heard and everything that we need to know about this is out there. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.